they really should either be viewed as, actually, it should just be viewed as lessons, right? But because we were born into sin, and because we have to unlearn some things that this thing called life has taught us, some of us view certain things as losses, right? Like, example, we were in a relationship and we really worked at it being healthy, being prosperous, all of the things, and then we lost it to an addiction. We lost the relationship to another individual. We lost it to fault of our own or fault of the other party, whatever. So it's a loss, right? Well, in that, I believe my assignment today is to say we can either allow that loss to create us to become bitter, to become envious, and possibly want vengeance, or we can turn it around and say it hurt, but I'm at the point now that I just want the lesson from it. I forgive the offense. I forgive the individual. I know who the true causer of all division, all hate is, and I refuse to rest in darkness. So now it's a lesson. I'm going to get the principles from that lesson, and I am going to move on. Well, Tiff, some of you may say, sis, I need you to break that down for me. How am I supposed to take a heartbreak and look at it as a lesson? How am I supposed to take that entity ending the relationship with me as a lesson? How am I supposed to take me being a part of a spiritual environment and then me feeling like they turned on me as a lesson? Easy. The first thing is you have to check your heart posture. Does God's love flow through your heart? And if it does, it should reflect this. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. It's a lesson. There it goes again. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects. It always trusts. Always hopes. Always preserves. Like, if that is not the love that we are seeking to have towards God and with each other, then what type of love do we really want? And that love clearly says, hey, don't view the hardships of life as a loss. Fight to get to the point where it's viewed as a lesson. Let's keep going. Ephesians 4:26 says this: in your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry. I love this because our Father knows that anger is an emotion. It's a big emotion that his children will have the opportunity to experience. And how we process that experience is up to us. Either we are going to react in anger, or we are going to take that anger, process it with emotional intelligence, and respond to whatever the cause was, right? Right. And in that anger, we cannot let selfishness thrive. Philippians 2:3 says this: do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself. You all know that when we are presented with the opportunity to be angry because of an offense, immediately you go into the possibility of being selfish. I have got to protect myself. I've got to protect my character. I have got to protect this individual that I love. I've got to protect the integrity of this office. Or you get where I'm going with that? But God is saying, check out Philippians 2:3. Study that. Hide it in your heart. So when anger is facing you head on, you're processing it with emotional intelligence. Romans 12:2 says this: do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. And his will is good. It's pleasing and perfect. Life will life sometimes, but how we perceive it is a big part of us having victory over the hardships, or us being a victim to it. Romans 12:10 says this: be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor. I can't say that word. Serving the Lord. And I'm not going to take that part out. Fervent prayer, right? Keep that zeal. Have that fervor. Like, just have that zeal for God. And when hardships come, when attacks come, because they will, it says in the word, God never promised us that it would be easy, but that he would give us a way out. And one of the ways out is fighting to perceive it correctly according to his law and not the law of the land. 14 says this, and this is Romans 12:14. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. And we all know to curse is to cause harm or hardship. So we all have heard it. Hurt people hurt people. So when we fight to take that offense, process it correctly, and then let it be a lesson that we get effective principles on how to avoid or how to move through when it comes our way again, we're not seeking vengeance. We don't want to cause harm to that person or those people or that entity that may have offended us for whatever reason. We got the lesson in it, and so we're guarded and we're prepared in the future, and hopefully our heart is healthy enough that now God can trust us with souls to encourage them, to mentor them when they may have the same hardship or the same test, right? We are in this thing called life, and life will life at times. So it is vital, people of God, that we handle everything that comes our way with emotional intelligence to the best of our ability. And we fight to have a healthy perception that says, okay, this offense happened. It hurt, it stung, but now I want to heal. And I want this to be a lesson, and I'm going to move forward in God's love, because there's a life to live, and I can't let this stop me from growing in him and for developing a healthy relationship with him.